Bestie, is this not the prettiest bridal makeup you've ever seen in your life? Yeah, it is. And would you believe me if I told you it was all drugstore makeup products? Sit down, bestie. Let's get into this bridal makeup. All drugstore edition. I am so excited to be filming this right now. You have no idea. This is everything to me. I love bridal makeup. I love pretending to be a bride. And I love drugstore makeup. Start by doing some skin prep. Your skin needs to be prepped before you put makeup on it. Do you hear me? Do not start putting makeup on if you don't have any skincare on. This is the Biome Milky Toner. This one, in my opinion, is a dupe for the Rhode Glazing Milk. Our next step is going to be some sort of hydrating serum. This one is from e.l.f. This is the Thirst Burst Drops. These are supposed to be a dupe for the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Drops. Yeah, this is what your skin should look like before you start putting makeup on it. Not done there. We need to add an SPF as well. This is the e.l.f. Whoa Glow. This is such a good sunscreen from the drugstore. Skin doesn't look like you can go ice skating on it after you get done with your skin prep. Put on more. Now you can start going in with makeup. This is my favorite drugstore foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match. It is my favorite foundation from the drugstore. I'm using the shade C3 and I'm going to apply mine with a brush. This, I avoided my under eye area, and that's because we're only putting concealer there. We don't want to put too much product, so I do foundation all over except under my eyes and like on my eyelids. Our next step is concealer, and this is my favorite concealer from the drugstore. This is the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This is a dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to be using shade 2. I love to use a brush for blending out my concealer also. This is the A506 from BK Beauty. This is where we're going to start the layering technique. We're going to start doing some cream bronzer and cream blush that we're going to then layer powder versions of those products on top of. This is going to help with longevity. Trust me when I tell you that your makeup will last longer and it will look fresher, more fresh, all day if you do the layering technique. This drugstore cream bronzer, we're going to be using the Milani Spilling Tea Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. This is my favorite. I say that about every product that I'm using, but duh, that's why I'm using them, because they're my favorite from the drugstore. Mine broke. Milani was so kind and they sent me 3 brand new ones. That is a slay. Thank you, Milani. And again, we're applying this with a brush. I'm a brush girly, not really a sponge girly. Okay, this is where we're applying that along the jawline, our cheekbone, around the perimeter of the forehead and the nose. I also like to take whatever's left over on the brush and just kind of run that through the crease of my eye socket just to give me a little depth and definition before we even start adding eyeshadow. Next is my most favorite part, and that is blush. We're going to start with a liquid blush. This one's from e.l.f. This is the shade Dusty Rose, and I just like to do 2 dots. This is the 112. I'm just going to tap right over the top of this. These blushes are so pretty. Again, very underrated in my opinion. And I'm going to just start blending that back towards my hairline. And don't worry if you feel like you did a little too much like me. First of all, there's no such thing. Okay, now all of our cream products are done. Let's start doing our powders. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection Loose Powder in the shade Pink Light. And I'm going to take a powder puff to set my under eyes. I start with my under eyes first. If you feel like you get pretty creasy under eyes, I recommend taking your foundation brush or your sponge and blending out any creases, immediately setting with your loose powder. That powder is stunning, and they are not joking when they say blurring. I'm a girl who likes to bake a little, so I am going to leave a little powder behind just so it can bake and brighten. I like a really bright under eye. And I'm going to continue to set anywhere that we used concealer. So all the spots on my face where we used concealer today, I'm going to be setting with the loose powder. That's pretty much all the time that I have for this video, so you're going to have to come back for part 2. I'll see you there. Love you. See you in a second. Bye.